Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler to the 43, second down. This defense for the Chiefs, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Herbert off of play action. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's another Chargers first down.
Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. One of the keys to their long running streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator and what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Here's Mahomes to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's It's intercepted. Picked up by Asante Samuel Jr. So a big return here, Charles. What was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call him.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Mahomes now to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works. The Charger drive about to get going.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Herbert now. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
21-0 our score after 1. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to find his tight end play complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This will be taken at the 10. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. A good pickup there, 22. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 31, Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Up the middle with Eckler. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and goal, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it is 28-0. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Mahomes' throw caught by Gray. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Bunker's kick here is good. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. He's got some room to operate.
Touchdown, Chargers!
Austin Eckler
With career touchdown number 75.
and the Chargers have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating?
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Harrison Bunker is on for the extra point. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing the game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this Eagles defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, up big, with still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A gain of 21 yards. And the first down on the Chiefs.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. They go play fake. Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Mahomes going to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
The throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And again, it's Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And now look at him go. He's at the 40, the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They
got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, he's going to take another shot here. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On 2nd down, Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Mahomes will throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone, unsuccessful. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner, but you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
It's Eckler again. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
40 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. Powers through it. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ender.